Hey, it's Amanda, and you are watching a segment from 100 Videos in 100 Days. This started out as a challenge to myself to prove that freedom can come from authenticity and vulnerability, and that life doesn't have to be perfect or look perfect, it doesn't have to feel perfect to be valuable, to really be valuable. And that you don't have to wait to share your gifts till it all looks a certain way. And this is also about what the cost is of waiting to share your gifts. I didn't have a YouTube channel before this. I never did a video of myself. I didn't even like to see myself in camera. So am I scared every time I do this? Yes. But I'm here. I'm showing up, because I'm committed to this conversation about freedom. And the freer I get, I believe the freer you will get. So I invite you to participate as you can. There's no editing here. I get one take. So if it all goes to hell, you go with me. There may be swearing, there may be crying. I may get up and walk around. It's the game. It's authentic and vulnerable. I will look different every day. So that's really the point of it, is in life there's no editing, there's no redos. So who are you going to be? How are you going to show up? What would that look like? And what would be possible if you just showed up exactly as you were and let the cards fall? Would that be freeing? It is to me. And if it is to you, I hope you get something out of these. If there's anything that I say that rubs you wrong or feels off, discard it immediately. It's not for you. It's for whoever needs it, and most likely for me. So when this turns off and the next one turns on, I will be sitting here quietly with my eyes closed. You're not walking into any special session that you're not supposed to see. Everything's transparent here. So I started this to have context in the beginning, because I can see people are jumping in the middle of the series, and I just want to make sure everyone feels included. So I will see you soon. There's so much running through right now, so bear with me. I have no idea how to get this out, because it's, one, I think my ego probably doesn't want me to say any of it. Two, it's new. To say that I didn't expect to learn something by doing this is absurd. So while I may not have had a specific outcome to any of this, did I expect to learn something? Yes. Did I expect to even get near the perimeters of what I'm learning? No. Oh, my ego is just like, shut up, shut up, shut up. I can't not share with what's happening, what's coming through. I think what's so amazing about this experience is that while I've read all these books and I've gone to all these things to learn about myself or to fix myself, it was still somebody else's concept. And of course I could take from it, just like, if you're taking things from these videos, well, yeah, that makes sense. And some of them I think you can incorporate as your own truth because it resonates, it matches, it makes a difference. And somehow my ego has still needed things to be from me to, well, it's never going to probably honor anything that I come up with that's really helpful. But there's something in me that's wanted to test all these things out so that, I don't know, I felt like they came from me at that point. That when I share them with people, it's authentic. When I talk about not pretending and laying it all out there and saying exactly what you mean and exactly what you feel, and when I share what my thoughts are, like when I don't know how many episodes back, I was talking about how I typed and I just let the mind run. Okay? And I was saying things like, I want to kill. I'll hurt you. I'm going to hide. I'm going to run. And I just watched it and it looked like a little, I don't know, I guess crazy person, but whatever. Like just an animal that was trapped in a room and it was trying to get out. It was running up the walls, trying to look out the window. It just wanted out. And yet it was just talking. Talking. And the reason I say that authenticity is so important and not pretending is so important is because all of that stuff, the scary stuff, the dark stuff, it is in all of us. We all have a secret Dexter in us. It's kind of a funny thing to say, and people say off the cuff to me, like, I think maybe really I'm a Dexter. I just haven't done it. Well, I think people want to say that. Does it sound creepy? Yep. Do you ever think of wanting to kill people? Yeah. Do you ever think of wanting people to suffer? Yeah. Do you ever have creepy, weird thoughts go through my head that seem totally socially inappropriate? Yeah. Do you have any control over it? No. They just show up. It has nothing to do with me. But there's a large group of us, if not most of us, that have tried to compensate for these feelings or thoughts that go through us. I mean, even when you're little, you have like some funky stuff go through. Even if you're not exposed to it, you just have, you know, when you feel anger, you really feel anger. Is anger acceptable? Nope. Not in this society. Unless you're in a mob, and even then you get attacked for that. So anger, if it's not just shut down, it is inappropriate and people get mad back, ironically. So we shut down all these feelings that we naturally experience, whether it's jealousy, whether it's envy, rage, fear, sadness, but we shut them down so that we can be accepted into society. And then we take on this mantle of wanting to be good. And not just good, but perfect, because we are dealing with this background of, I want to punch people in the face. I just want to say what I want to say. I'm so sick of trying to carry everyone else's load, and yet that's the right thing to do. You know, carry your brother. So there's all these right things to do that in some ways help society, but it crushes the individual because they're not free to express things. And that's what I talk about granting being, is because if you can grant being to these dark things, it's like they can breathe and they calm down. Because they didn't ask to be there, but they're there. And it all serves a purpose. It wasn't an accident that we feel these things. I mean, if you look at any ancient writings, there was dark things going on. It hasn't changed. So that's why I think it's important not to pretend. And for people like, well, I got it handled. It works well enough for me. Well, it will break down at some point, and then you will have to deal with it. That happens. And if it doesn't happen maybe publicly, well, that's fine. We can drink it away. We can take pills. We can leech onto somebody else. Yeah, are these harsh terms? Yep. But that is what we do, because we are compensating so heavily for what we think is wrong in the darkness that we don't want anyone to know about, so we just be super good. We try and present flawless, perfect, the stand-up person in the community, the one that will save people. We are martyrs. We are anything that we can step into that makes us look in a better light, we do. And sometimes it's authentic, but most of the time it's bullshit. Most of the time we actually don't want to do the things that we go and do to save everyone and help everyone. We really don't. We think, or our mind says, or it's appropriate to respond, do you really care about your neighbor? Yeah, I care about my neighbor. Of course I care about my neighbor. Maybe. Does that sound brutal? Yeah. When my kid is freaking out and scared, here's the truth. Do I care? No. I don't care. But my mind tells me I have to care. So not only do I have to care, I feel pressured to care when someone tells me their troubles, their problems. When my kids text me, I feel anxious, I feel scared, my blood sugar is this, oh, I've got this problem over here. My mind tells me for me to survive and still look good, I've got to reply a certain way. I've got to handle this. I have to look like I care. This sounds nuts. So be it. And your spouse comes home and they're grouching this and that, and you're there to be sympathetic. If you step back and you said, do I actually really care? No. Not really. As long as you're okay, your ego doesn't really care. But it's trying to compensate for that feeling. But there's nothing wrong with that feeling. It's a natural feeling. So if we could actually let that be, that we aren't these entirely empathetic creatures that really want to take everyone's pain away, we really need to save everybody, then who we really are can come forward, and that is what is powerful. Truth and honesty and authenticity. Because comes from a centered place. Because I really do believe that the soul knows everybody really is okay. So my kid can freak out and she can feel anxious. And almost always the only reason I step forward to help her is because 1, I want her to like me. 2, I want her to accept me. 3, I don't want her to get angry, because she gets angry, I have to deal with the emotion around her getting angry. And I'll probably get angry. So sometimes when I reply and help people that keep texting and wanting help, I'm secretly starting to get angry. Because fucking handle it yourself. Yep. Sounds brutal. Look and see if you can find it. Why does it matter? Because you will never fully be present. You will never fully be centered. You will never fully step into your calling until you can accept the light and the dark and move right in the middle. And when you can accept both, you just get aligned and you can move. And when you speak to people, it is real. It will make a difference because it's from a truthful place that actually penetrates when you speak it. You want to shift people, tell the truth. Tell the truth. And they'll sort themselves out. They'll either move away from you or they will come right to you because they want to know what that is, what they feel inside. Is it confronting? Yes, for you and for them. But at this point in our lives and in this point in society, what is the alternative? To be better? To be kinder? To fix it all? To save everybody? You can't. You can't. Darkness will take care of darkness. Light will take care of light. Stay in the middle. Our minds are trying to overcompensate constantly in a society that's telling us to be good, be perfect, look this way, all this stuff, and it's trying to fit in, but it feels pain, it feels darkness, feels confusion. Grant it being. I don't care if you have to write a page or a volume about that darkness you feel. Talk about it. If you can talk about it out loud, talk about it out loud. Because then everyone else's darkness can settle down. So I talk about bullies and terrorists. They have tried, you think somewhere in life, they actually tried to be really good and handle the darkness. And when you will not give voice to an emotion and an experience in your life and a natural part of yourself, it will rage against you. And it will rage against society. I'm telling you, if there's anything I've said on here that is truthful or is the truth, that's it. And when you have a mind that is trying to compensate and to fit in, to help you survive and navigate, got to help this person, got to show up for this activity, got to look this way at church, got to vote this way, got to stand with the party over here, got to all these groups you have to fit in with. Where are you? Where are you? Your soul, your expression, where are you? You cannot fully express if you can't tell the truth. And you have to start with yourself. Do I feel darkness? Yes. And I feel like it comes forward in depression and anxiety and all these symptoms in your health and in your life because you try and shut down the darkness so it gets much darker. Anything you resist will persist. Go up and push your hand up against someone. See how long you can do it for. Okay? Pull your hand back. They will fall right into you. Works the same with emotions. Works the same with your mind. Surrender to the dark. Does that mean you will become Darth Vader? No. But you'll probably get a lightsaber that you could do good with because you're being honest about who you are. It's like my nephew, right? Turns to me and goes, I hate you. But there was truth in what he said. And as adults, we shut those kids down so fast. We shut teens down so fast. They're telling the truth. They're telling the truth of their experience. What does that have to do with you? Nothing. When your kids say, I feel anxiety, I'm scared, it's nothing to do with you. Say, tell me about that. Tell me about that darkness you feel. Tell me what that feels like in your body. Help them experience it. You want a kid freaking out when they're older? Help them experience their feelings when they're younger. Let the darkness be there. It's okay. Them compensating for the darkness is what's going to cause a problem down the road. It's what you're dealing with. It's what I'm dealing with. When I shut down the darkness, get pain in my body, get a toothache here, my foot hurts here. When I get that fixed with some remedy, well, gosh, now I have insomnia. Well, I'll handle the insomnia with a pill. Okay, now I have a backache. Well, now my rib hurts. Well, and I go get it all checked out. Yep, it's all verifiable, or it's not. It keeps moving, it keeps shifting. What is it? I think it's a resistance to everything that we don't want to say. It's all the feelings we refuse to feel so that we can be good. We can be right, and we can fit in, which our mind tells us will keep us alive and survive. If you look at the people that made the biggest difference in history, they didn't get along. They told the truth, and people didn't like it at first. Sometimes they didn't even let them stick around. And then, a century later, years later, everyone's going, oh, wait a minute. That was kind of true. I really think, and I haven't, 2 days ago I did that video, right? The number 30. And all that darkness came out. I haven't had anxiety medicine since then. I've been able to read crystal clear for 2 days. I thought I was going to have to go get glasses. Suddenly I can see clearly. Pain in my body, not the same or not even close. Like, I can actually see it and notice that it's trying to just throw it at me. I'm going to a baseball game today with my son. I'm going out to play because I brought up the dark and exposed it. I sat and painted last night. I haven't painted in years. With no agenda, and I made mistakes, and it was playful. Did the darkness come up? Yep, it said shut it down, stop, I feel anxious, don't keep painting, don't keep doing this, and I just let it be. I sat and just felt it. I didn't run. I wanted to, because I don't have evidence for this all turning out. But because I keep showing up here every day, and then I rewatch what I say, I'm actually getting my truth fed back to me, and it's locking in. So where I'd normally push away from an art project or anything like that, especially if I'm not getting paid or it's not for someone, I would just, I get so uncomfortable in my body. I just let it all be there, and I kept going, and it dissipated, and then I got playful with it, which I don't even know if I've ever done that in an art project. It has been an intended outcome, be right on point. That is why authenticity is important. If you want a life you love, you have to embrace both sides. And that's where freedom comes in. You can go get diagnosed 100 different ways. And if you don't accept the darkness, they can give you a million pills. And you can go into your addictions and hide and cover it up. All the things I've done for, I don't know how many years. My whole life. From the time I decided that I was going to be good. Not only good, but perfect. Yeah, I wasn't going to let God down in any way, shape, or form. I was going to not just get into the heaven, but be right there with Him, next to Him. That's how I could earn my keep, prove my way. It would be so perfect. Not make any mistakes and shut down everything that felt human in me. And we're all lucky I haven't turned out to a Dexter to this day, because that'd be a really good one. I have learned to be very sneaky, very sly. I can lie with a straight face. I can create tears if I need to create tears. I've learned skills that are not healthy, but they work. This was a very blunt conversation, but it's just true. Accept both sides, you're free. Embrace just the light, the dark will rage against you. Let it be. That's what the Vidoes said. Maybe they were accepting their darkness. I don't know. I'm going to a ball game.